Ladies and gentlemen, we back. Okay, so I'm gonna try to not get too fired up because I posted a TikTok on the Knicks yesterday, and I hadn't watched the game yet. I went off of reactions and highlights I had seen of that game, but I hadn't watched it, so I got a little fired up in that. So I'm gonna try not to get too heated because I wanna make this video because I went back and watched the game. You know, after I made that video, I went in on my lunch break at work. I watched all the possessions of the game, and I want to make this game because I want to do justice to the Knicks because they played a worse game than what I thought they did. That game was genuinely horrible. They shouldn't have won that. I mean, they didn't win, and they didn't deserve to. It didn't deserve to be a 1-point loss. They sucked. We'll get into that though. But before, I want to give a shout out to a few of the Hawks players. I want to give a big shout out to Jalen Johnson, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Onyeka Okongwu, and the salary dump of CJ McCollum, who is absolutely balling. He has now hit 2 game winners. Shout out to CJ McCollum, Atlanta legend. And on the Knicks side, I want to give it a shout out to Josh Hart. He's been fighting, no pun intended. He's been playing with a lot of heart because nobody else is. And I want to give a shout out to Deuce McBride. I liked his minutes in that game. In Game 3, I enjoyed his minutes. I thought he played well. But let's get into what I didn't enjoy. Because, oh boy, did I not enjoy Cat at all. He refuses to be physical. He just doesn't want to. He's been getting, in that game, he got utterly abused and attacked the entire game. Because he's not stopping anything. He refuses to just stop anybody. There was one possession in that entire game where I felt like he tried to stop a shot from going in. And it was in the 4th quarter. The rest of the game, I don't even think he tried to stop anything. He just stood there. He would watch people drive by and just, good shot, hey. Great shot, buddy. And just not, he just refused to be physical. And that's just defensively. Offensively, if he doesn't stop getting the ball at half court or at the top of the 3-point line, I'm gonna lose my mind. If he doesn't start getting in the post and back somebody down and just put the ball up under the hoop, if he doesn't start doing that, I'm gonna break something. Because every single possession, I feel like he had the ball, he's got it at the top of the key or at half court. Why? You're 7'1". Go get inside and back somebody. The Hawks do not have a single player on that team that is big enough to stop him. Double O's not even on him half the time. There's times where it's Jonathan Kuminga. And he's in the post, and he just doesn't even call for the ball. That is where the offensive struggles begin for this team, is that Cat is not being physical at all. He doesn't want to be for whatever reason against a team who cannot guard him. He is far too talented offensively to be allowing this to happen. Speaking of offensive struggles, that is where Jalen Brunson has his problems. Like I said, it all begins with Cat. If Cat is not being physical, Jalen Brunson then proceeds to have to deal with him getting bombarded by players that are taller than him. The Hawks fall in the special category of team where they are too small to deal with Cat, but every single player is too big for Jalen Brunson to deal with. It's a very special class that they fall in. And so Brunson's been having to deal with this, and he's not doing it very well. He only had 4 assists in this game, and he's not making the extra pass when needed. The problem is, with Cat not being physical and Cat not wanting to score, they're always losing. So Jalen Brunson is always in this mindset of that he has to make up for it because he's been doing it his entire tenure with the Knicks. We're losing, I got to take the shot. Game winner, I got to take the shot. I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. He is just pounding the ball into the floor, and it is not working. He is not passing, which means that nobody else is getting involved, which means everybody is slow, which is a revolving door of misses and turnovers, which they had a ton of. And he's getting hunted defensively. Every single action, the Hawks are getting to Jalen Brunson because they're too big, again, for him to deal with. He is just getting pushed out the way. He's getting shot over. He's getting bullied. So it all loops back around to Cat. What else? The head coaching. Mike Brown does not know what he's doing. My complaining with Mike Brown begins with the last shot of the game from C.J. McCollum. This entire series, C.J. McCollum has been giving you the work. He's now hit 2 game winners. So why in God's name is 6'1" Deuce McBride on him on the last shot? You're telling me that through all 3 of these games that C.J. has been frying you. You thought, let's go with Deuce McBride on him on this final shot. And of course he hit it. He's 6'1". He is not contesting a C.J. McCollum pull-up mid-range. It is not going to happen. So why is he on him? What was the game plan? Speaking of game plans, there was 2 minutes and 40 seconds of game time where there was no Cat and no Brunson. That right there is a fireable offense in my opinion. There should never be a single second of game time where there is no Cat or no Brunson. And there was 2 minutes and 40 seconds of it at the start of the 4th quarter, down 8. You should have figured this out, that you need one of them on the floor at all times. If that is, you sit one of them at the end of the 3rd, let the other one play it out. At the end of the 4th, you bring that other one back in and let that other one sit. They both are the offensive engines to this team. There should never be time where it is neither one of them on the floor. At all times, it should be a rotation of one of them or both of them. And Mike Brown chose to do neither and sit both when they're losing by 8. In a game that shifts the entire tide of the series. Whoever takes this is up 2-1, and it was the Hawks. Because you make stupid decisions like that, you win stupid prizes. Speaking of stupid, Mikal Bridges, what are we doing? The Knicks traded 5 first-round picks for him, and he played only 20 minutes, and he was truly, truly unplayable in those 20 minutes. He had 0 points and was 0 for 3 with 4 turnovers. He did not close this game out. That is unacceptable from one of your main starters. A guy who played 82 games. I'm pretty sure he played all 82 again. He did not close this game out. He got taken by Deuce McBride. If you're Mikal Bridges, you need to find out what is going on. He has been bad basically all season. He was bad in the middle of the regular season. He's been bad to start this playoffs, and this all has culminated into Game 3's performance of only 20 minutes and 0 points. This is off topic. Worst trade probably I've ever made in fantasy. Early in the year, I traded Cooper Flagg for Mikal Bridges. So, if I would have had Cooper Flagg, I probably would have won I would have made it farther. So it's kind of funny how that works out. But he was just simply unplayable. And part of it is because nobody cares. This team has absolutely no heart besides Josh Hart. It's like things happen. People don't switch. If you go and watch the possessions of that game, there are so many times where nobody's switching. They're just watching. Screens happen. 2 people on this guy. That guy's wide open. And wide open 3. Oh, yeah. Why? Oh, no. Rebound. Cat got bullied again. Yo, JB, somebody, go tell him to step it up. Nobody cares. There's not a single bit of being held accountable or heart again on this entire team. Things happen and just nothing. Somebody yell at somebody for doing something wrong. Instead, they're having this problem of being down 2-1 to an Atlanta Hawks team that is being led by salary dumped CJ McCollum. What happens next if they come back and win the series? Is it even a question if they lose the next series? First off, like I said, they have to make it through this Hawks team. They have to win 3 games. And I'm not sure that they can. If they continue to play the way that they played in Game 3, they are not going to win this series. And it's going to be a absolute shock. And if they do win the series, what, do they lose the next one in 4? Because the way this team is playing is unacceptable, and they're not going to make it far. They're just not going. They're going to get swept. Do they get gentlemen swept in this series? I don't know. But we'll find out tonight. I think the game's at either 6 or 9. I don't know. But they do play tonight, so let's pray that the Knicks and Karl-Anthony Towns specifically play better, because I'm going to, have have an attack of some kind. I'm going to start flipping out. I'm going to start breaking things. I'm going to throw something through my television. But as always, thank you for watching. And at the end of the day, just remember, I'm just a guy with a microphone and an opinion. Peace out.